She said she'd call. She didn't. She promised she cared. Then she walked away like you never mattered. She made you feel like you were special. Then she made you feel like you were nothing. And now you're sitting here, alone, wondering what you did wrong. Replaying every conversation, every text, every moment, trying to find the exact second where everything fell apart. Let me tell you something that's going to sound harsh, but I need you to hear it. You didn't lose her. You lost yourself. And that's what we're fixing today. If you're watching this video, you're in pain. Real pain. The kind that sits in your chest and won't go away. The kind that wakes you up at 3 in the morning. The kind that makes you check your phone every 5 minutes, hoping she finally messaged back. I know that pain. I've been there. And before we go any further, I want you to do something. I want you to drop a comment right now. Just 3 words. I choose strength. Say it. Mean it. Because by the end of this video, you're going to understand something that most men never learn. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. And the woman who hurt you just gave you the most valuable lesson of your life. But you have to be willing to learn it. This isn't going to be easy. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear. And what you need to hear is this. The reason you're suffering right now has nothing to do with her. It has everything to do with you. Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in human psychology, said something that will change your life if you truly understand it. He said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Read that again. Slowly. You think she hurt you, but the truth is, you hurt yourself by giving her the power to hurt you. You handed her control over your emotions. You made her the source of your happiness. And when she left, she took everything with her, because you had placed everything in her hands. That was your mistake, not hers. Yours. Now, I can already hear some of you getting defensive, but she lied to me. She betrayed me. She led me on. Yes, maybe she did. I'm not saying she's innocent. I'm saying her actions don't define your worth. They reveal your weakness, and weakness is not permanent. Weakness is something you fix. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote in his private journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Think about that. The most powerful man in the world, a man who commanded armies, who ruled an empire, spent his nights writing about the one truth that every man must learn. You cannot control other people. You can only control yourself. She's going to do what she wants to do. She's going to say what she wants to say. She's going to leave if she wants to leave, and you standing there, begging, pleading, trying to change her mind. That doesn't make you loyal. That makes you weak. And women don't respect weakness. They can't. It goes against their nature. Now, here's where most men get it wrong. They think the solution is to become cold, to become heartless, to build walls so high that no one can ever hurt them again. But that's not strength. That's fear. That's just weakness, wearing a different mask. Real strength is not about shutting people out. Real strength is about staying open while being unshakable. It's about caring without being controlled. It's about loving without losing yourself. Nietzsche understood this. He said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. You're suffering because you lost your why. You made her your why. You made her approval your purpose. You made her presence your happiness. And when she left, your entire world collapsed because you built it around her instead of building it around yourself." That's a lesson here. Not that you should never trust women. Not that you should never love again. But that you should never, ever make another human being the foundation of your existence. People will leave. That's life. Jobs end. Friendships fade. Relationships fall apart. The only constant in your life is you. And if you don't build yourself into something strong, something solid, something unshakable, then every loss will destroy you. So right now, in this moment, you have a choice. You can sit there feeling sorry for yourself, replaying the past, wishing things were different. Or you can take this pain and turn it into power. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher who was born a slave and became one of the wisest men in history, taught his students this. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. She hurt you. That happened. That's done. You can't change it. But what happens next? That's entirely up to you. Do you crumble? Do you chase? Do you beg for her to come back? Do you spend the next 6 months stalking her social media, torturing yourself with pictures of her moving on while you're stuck in the same place? Or do you stand up? Do you look at yourself in the mirror and say, "This ends now. I'm not going to be the man who falls apart because a woman walked away. I'm going to be the man who becomes stronger because of it." That's the choice, and you need to make it right now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now. Because every second you spend focused on her is a second you're not spending on building yourself. And the cruel irony is this: the more you focus on her, the less attractive you become. The more you chase, the further she runs. The more you try to prove your worth, the less valuable you appear. But the moment you shift your focus, the moment you stop caring about what she thinks and start caring about who you're becoming, that's when everything changes. Not because she comes back. Maybe she does. Maybe she doesn't. That's irrelevant. Everything changes because you come back. You come back to yourself. You remember who you were before you met her, and you become someone even better. Arthur Schopenhauer said, "A man can be himself only so long as he is alone. If he does not love solitude, he will not love freedom, for it is only when he is alone that he is really free." You're alone right now, and I know it hurts, but this is where your freedom begins. This is where you discover that you don't need her validation. You don't need her approval. You don't need her at all. And that realization, that moment when you truly understand that you are complete without her, that's when you become dangerous. Not dangerous to her. Dangerous to mediocrity. Dangerous to weakness. Dangerous to every excuse you've ever made for why you're not living the life you want. Are you ready? Are you ready to stop being a victim? Are you ready to take responsibility? Are you ready to become the man you were always meant to be? Then stay with me. Because what comes next is going to shake everything you thought you knew about relationships, about women, and about yourself. Let's talk about what's really happening inside your brain right now. You're not just sad. You're not just hurt. You're experiencing something far more powerful. You're going through withdrawal. Actual, physical withdrawal. The same thing a drug addict feels when they stop using. And the drug, her attention. Carl Jung discovered something incredible about the human mind. He found that we all have what he called the shadow, the parts of ourselves we hide, the parts we don't want to see, the weaknesses we pretend don't exist. And right now, your shadow is screaming at you. It's telling you that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy of love, that you need her to feel complete, that without her, you're nothing. But here's the truth. Jung spent his entire life trying to teach. The shadow is not your enemy. The shadow is your guide. It shows you exactly where you need to grow. You feel weak right now because you are weak. Not permanently. Not forever. But in this moment, yes, you're weak. And that's okay. That's human. That's where every strong man has been at some point in his life. Sigmund Freud explained it differently. He said that humans operate on the pleasure principle. We move toward what feels good and away from what feels bad. She made you feel good. Now she's gone. So your brain is panicking. It's doing everything it can to get that feeling back. That's why you can't stop thinking about her. That's why you keep checking your phone. That's why you're watching this video at 2 in the morning instead of sleeping. Your brain thinks she's the solution, but your brain is wrong. She's not the solution. She's the problem you keep running back to. Jordan Peterson talks about this in his work on psychology and mythology. He says, you should never sacrifice who you could be for who you are. And right now, you're sacrificing your entire future for a woman who's already in your past. Think about that. Really think about it. Every minute you spend obsessing over her is a minute you're not spending becoming better. Every hour you waste analyzing what went wrong is an hour you could spend at the gym, building your body, reading books, building your mind, working on your goals, building your future. She's taking up space in your head, space that belongs to you. Space that should be filled with your dreams, your goals, your purpose, and you're letting her have it for free. Machiavelli wrote in The Prince, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves." You walked into a trap. You gave your heart to someone who didn't protect it. You trusted someone who didn't earn it. You loved someone who didn't return it. That was the fox's mistake. But now you need to be the lion. Now you need to frighten away the weakness that's trying to consume you. Now you need to roar so loud that every doubt, every fear, every thought of her runs away in terror. But how do you do that? How do you stop the pain? How do you stop thinking about someone who's burned into your brain? The answer is going to surprise you. You don't. You don't stop the pain. You feel it. Fully. Completely. Without trying to escape it. Marcus Aurelius knew this. It sits there in the dark corners of your mind, getting stronger, getting louder, until one day it explodes and destroys everything you've built. Plato understood this thousands of years ago. He said, "The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. Not her, not the situation. Yourself, your weakness, your need for validation, your addiction to her attention." Here's something they don't teach you in school. Your emotions are not facts. Just because you feel worthless doesn't mean you are worthless. Just because you feel like you need her doesn't mean you do. Just because you feel like you'll never find anyone better doesn't mean that's true. Your feelings are liars. They're trying to protect you by keeping you small, by keeping you safe, by keeping you exactly where you are right now, curled up in a ball, too afraid to move forward. Albert Ellis, the founder of rational emotive behavior therapy, spent his life teaching people this simple truth. You have considerable power to construct self-helping thoughts, feelings, and actions, as well as to construct self-defeating behaviors. You have the ability, if you it, to choose healthy instead of unhealthy thinking, feeling, and acting. Read that again. You have the ability to choose. Right now, in this moment, you can choose to keep suffering, or you can choose to start healing. But healing doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean pretending it didn't hurt. It doesn't mean becoming cold and heartless. Healing means taking the broken pieces of yourself and building something stronger. Think of it like this. When a bone breaks and heals, it becomes stronger at the breakpoint. Stronger than it was before. The same is true for your spirit. This break, this pain, this moment of complete devastation, this is where you become unbreakable, but only if you do the work. Nietzsche said, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger." But he didn't mean that suffering automatically makes you strong. He meant that if you use the suffering correctly, if you learn from it, if you let it transform you instead of destroy you, then yes, you become stronger. Most men miss that second part. They think time heals all wounds. Time doesn't heal anything. Time just passes. You have to do the healing. You have to put in the work. You have to face yourself in the mirror. Ask the hard questions. Why did I give her so much power over me? Why did I ignore the red flags? Why did I accept treatment that I knew was wrong? Why did I stay when I should have left? Why did I compromise my standards? Why did I betray myself? These are not easy questions. These are the questions that make you want to look away. But these are exactly the questions you need to answer. Because until you understand why you accepted the hurt, you'll keep accepting it. Different woman. Same pattern. Different situation. Same pain. Jung called this the repetition compulsion. We repeat the same painful patterns over and over until we finally learn the lesson. Until we finally make the unconscious conscious. So what's the lesson here? What is this pain trying to teach you? It's teaching you that you cannot find yourself in another person. It's teaching you that external validation is a drug that will never satisfy you. It's teaching you that the only person responsible for your happiness is you. Hobbes wrote, "The condition of man is a condition of war of everyone against everyone." Now, that sounds dark. But what he meant was this. Life is hard. People will hurt you. Betrayal is real. Pain is guaranteed. And if you're not strong enough to stand on your own, you will be destroyed. Not because the world is evil, but because the world is indifferent. The world doesn't care about your feelings. The world doesn't care that she broke your heart. The world keeps spinning. Life keeps moving, and you have two choices. Move with it or get left behind. She's already moving. Look at her social media. Look at how quickly she moved on. Look at how little she seems to care. That should tell you everything you need to know. She's not lying awake at night thinking about you. She's not replaying the memories. She's not wondering what went wrong. She's living her life. And the longer you stay stuck in the past, the further ahead she gets while you fall further behind. But here's the twist. That's actually good news, because it means you're free. You're free to stop caring about what she thinks. You're free to stop wondering if she'll come back. You're free to stop checking her profiles. You're free to start building a life so good that you'll thank her for leaving. Robert Greene wrote in the 48 Laws of Power, the best revenge is massive success. Not because revenge is the goal, but because when you become successful, when you become powerful, when you become the best version of yourself, you realize that she was never worth the pain you gave yourself over her. You realize that she was just a chapter, a lesson, a stepping stone on the path to becoming who you're meant to be. And that realization, that moment when you look back and feel nothing, no anger, no sadness, no longing, just calm indifference, that's when you've won. Not against her, against yourself, against your weakness, against every part of you that said you couldn't survive without her. So right now, I want you to make a decision. Are you going to let this break you? Or are you going to let this make you? Drop a comment right now. Say it out loud. This is where I become unbreakable, because what comes next is going to show you exactly how to do that. Now we get to the part that changes everything. You've felt the pain. You understand what's happening in your mind. Now it's time to learn what the Stoics knew thousands of years ago. The secret that separates men who break from men who become unbreakable. It's not what you think. Epictetus was born a slave. He had no freedom, no rights, no control over his own life. He was beaten, abused, treated worse than an animal. And yet, he became one of the wisest, most powerful minds in human history. How? He discovered something that changed everything. He said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." Read that again, slower this time. You cannot choose what she did to you. You cannot choose that she left. You cannot choose that she hurt you. But you can choose what you do next. And that choice, that single choice, determines everything. Most men don't choose. They react, like animals, like children. Someone hurts them, so they lash out. They send angry texts. They post bitter comments online. They talk trash about her to anyone who will listen. They try to hurt her back because she hurt them first. And you know what happens? She wins. Because she got exactly what she wanted. A reaction. Proof that she still controls you. Proof that she still has power over your emotions. Proof that you're weak. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in Rome, understood this deeply. He wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. She was cruel. You be kind. Not to her. To yourself. To others. To the world she was dishonest. You be truthful, not just in words, in actions, in how you live your life. She was weak. You become strong. Not physically strong, though that helps. Mentally strong. Emotionally strong. Spiritually strong. This is the Stoic way. This is how you win without fighting. This is how you conquer without violence. This is how you turn pain into power, but it requires something most men don't have: discipline. Jordan Peterson says, "You must determine where you are going in your life, because you cannot get there unless you move in that direction. Random wandering will not move you forward. Right now, you're wandering, lost in the fog of your emotions, stumbling through each day hoping the pain will magically disappear, waiting for her to come back and fix everything she broke. Stop waiting. Start moving. Here's what you do. Today. Right now. The moment this video ends, first, you cut contact. Completely. Not because you're trying to make her miss you, not because you're playing games, but because you cannot heal while the wound is still being opened. Imagine trying to heal a cut on your arm while someone keeps slicing it open every day. That's what staying in contact with her does. Every text, every call, every time you see her face. Another cut, another wound, another reason to bleed. Machiavelli wrote, "Men ought either to be well treated or crushed, because they can avenge themselves of lighter injuries, of more serious ones they cannot." She crushed you. Whether she meant to or not, she did. So you cannot treat this lightly. You cannot pretend you can be friends. You cannot handle casual conversation. Not yet. Maybe not ever, and that's okay. You need distance. You need silence. You need space to remember who you are, without her voice in your head telling you who to be. Second, you reclaim your time. Every hour you spend texting her, calling her, thinking about her, that's your time now. What are you going to do with it? Most men waste it. They fill the emptiness with distractions. Netflix, alcohol, meaningless hookups that leave them feeling more empty than before. They're running from the pain instead of running toward something better. Don't run toward, run toward the gym. Not to get abs to make her jealous, but to prove to yourself that you can transform your body, that you have discipline, that you can commit to something and see it through. Run toward your goals. That business you always wanted to start. That skill you always wanted to learn. That dream you put on hold because you were too busy chasing her attention. Run toward knowledge. Read the philosophers we're talking about today. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca. These men faced torture, exile, death, and still found peace. Your breakup is nothing compared to what they endured, and they left you instructions on exactly how to handle it. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Think about that. Most of your pain right now is not from what actually happened. It's from the stories you're telling yourself about what it means. She left, so you tell yourself you're not good enough. She found someone else, so you tell yourself you're not attractive. She stopped caring, so you tell yourself you're not worthy of love. But these are stories, not facts. Stories you created, and if you created them, you can change them. Here's a different story. She left because she wasn't capable of seeing your value. She found someone else because she's afraid of real connection. She stopped caring because she never learned how to care deeply. None of that is about you. It's about her. Her capacity, her wounds, her unhealed trauma, her inability to be what you needed. You didn't lose her. You lost an illusion. The person you thought she was never existed. You fell in love with potential weak promises, with the version of her she showed you at the beginning. But people don't change unless they want to, and she showed you through her actions that she doesn't want to. So stop waiting for her to become who you needed her to be. She won't. She can't. Not for you. Carl Jung said the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. She didn't transform. That tells you everything. The chemistry was wrong. The match was wrong. The relationship was wrong. Not because you're wrong, because you were wrong for each other, and that's okay. That's life. Not every person is meant to stay. Some people come into your life to teach you what you don't want, to show you what you won't accept, to push you towards something better. She was that person. A teacher, not a life partner. A lesson, not a destination. Third, and this is the hardest part, you'll forgive. Not for her. For you, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting her to die. She's out there living her life, happy, free. Moving on, and you're sitting here letting rage eat you alive from the inside. Who's winning in that scenario? Not you. Arthur Schopenhauer wrote, "A man can do what he wants, but not want what he wants." She wanted to leave. You cannot change that. Fighting reality is the source of all suffering. Accept it. She's gone. Their relationship is over. The future you imagined is not happening. Accept it. Not with sadness, not with defeat. With clarity. With understanding, with cold hard awareness that this is simply what is, and once you accept what is, you can start building what will be. Nietzsche understood this better than anyone. He said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." You lost your why when she left because she was your why. That was the mistake. Now you build a new why. A why that cannot leave. A why that cannot betray you. A why that stays with you no matter what happens. Your purpose. Your mission. Your reason for existing that has nothing to do with anyone else. Maybe it's building a business that changes lives. Maybe it's becoming the strongest version of yourself, physically. Maybe it's creating art that moves people. Maybe it's helping other men who are going through exactly what you're going through right now. I don't know what your purpose is, but you do. Deep down, buried under all the pain and all the distraction, you know. You've always known. You just ignored it because you were too busy chasing her. Now you have no excuse. Now you have nothing but time. Time to find yourself. Time to build yourself. Time to become the man you were always meant to be. And here's the beautiful irony. The moment you stop caring whether she comes back is the moment you become the kind of man women fight to keep. Not her specifically. Maybe she's too far gone. Maybe the damage is too deep. Maybe she'll realize what she lost when it's too late. That's not your concern anymore. Your concern is becoming someone so valuable, so grounded, so complete that whoever is lucky enough to be with you next will recognize what they have. Robert Greene teaches in The Art of Seduction, the greatest power you can have over others is the power you demonstrate over yourself. She hurt you. That happened. Now, show yourself that you have the power to heal. Show yourself that you have the strength to grow. Show yourself that you're not the man who falls apart when a woman walks away. You're the man who becomes better because she did. Drop a comment right now. Say it. Mean it. I am becoming better. Because in the next segment, we're going to talk about what happens when you actually do this. When you take these principles and apply them. When you transform from the broken man watching this video into the unbreakable man you're about to become. 3 months from now, you won't recognize yourself. 6 months from now, you will look back at this moment and wonder how you ever let her have that much power over you. 1 year from now, you'll see your name pop up somewhere and feel absolutely nothing. No anger, no sadness, no curiosity, just peaceful indifference. But only if you do the work. Only if you take what you're learning right here and actually apply it. Because knowledge without action is just entertainment. And you didn't click on this video to be entertained. You clicked because you're ready to change. So let's talk about what that change actually looks like. Carl Jung sigh. I'm not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. And right now, in this exact moment, you're choosing. Every second you spend watching this video instead of texting her is a choice. Every time you feel the urge to check her social media, and you don't, that's a choice. Every morning you wake up and decide to move forward instead of backward, that's a choice. Those choices add up. Day by day, week by week, month by month, until one day you wake up and realize you're not the same person anymore. Here's what the transformation actually looks like, not the fantasy version. The real version. Week 1 is hell. You're going to want to break. You're going to have moments where you almost text her, where you type out the message and delete it 20 times, where you stare at your phone at 2 in the morning convinced that just one conversation will give you closure. Don't do it. There is no closure. Closure is something you give yourself, not something she can give you. Epictetus taught his students, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. She is beyond your control. Her thoughts, her feelings, her decisions, all beyond your control. Your only job is to control yourself. Week 2, the pain shifts. It's still there, but it's different now. Less sharp, more like a dull ache. This is where most men make their second mistake. They think they're healing, so they peek. They check her Instagram. They drive by her house. And every single time they do this, they reset the clock back to 0. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now." Let that determine what you do and say and think. Every moment you waste on her is a moment you're throwing away. Time you will never get back. So you don't peek. You stay strong. You keep your focus on yourself. Week 3, something interesting happens. You have your first good day. Maybe you laugh at something. Maybe you accomplish a goal. Maybe you finish a workout and feel actually proud of yourself. It's small, but it's there. A crack in the darkness letting light through. Nietzsche understood this. He said, "The snake, which cannot cast its skin, has to die. You are shedding your old skin, the version of you that needed her validation. That version is dying, and death is painful, but necessary." By week 4, people start to notice. Your friends see something different in your eyes. You stand taller. You speak with more certainty. You're not carrying that heavy weight of desperation anymore. And here's where it gets dangerous. Because around this time, she might reach out. Not because she misses you, but because she can sense the shift. She can feel that you're pulling away for real. Robert Greene wrote, "When you show yourself to the world and display your talents, you naturally stir all kinds of resentment, envy, and other manifestations of insecurity. Your growth threatens her. So she sends a text, something casual. Hey, how are you? This is the ultimate test. Do you respond? Do you take the bait? Machiavelli would tell you. Never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception. She's trying to win you back through manipulation, through making you think she cares, when really she just wants to know she still can. Don't respond. Or if you must, keep it cold. Keep it brief. Show her through your energy that you've moved on. Month 2, you start to actually enjoy your life again. Not because you forgot about her, but because you've built something new. New routines, new habits, new goals. You're hitting the gym 5 days a week now. You're reading books that expand your mind. And somewhere in all of that, you realize you haven't thought about her in 3 days. 3 entire days where she didn't cross your mind once. That's when you know the poison is leaving your system. Month 3, you're a different person. Not completely healed, but functional, strong. Moving forward with purpose, and then it happens. You see her, maybe at a coffee shop, maybe through a mutual friend, and you feel nothing. No racing heart, no sweaty palms, no anxiety. You look at her the same way you'd look at a stranger on the street. With polite indifference, that's the moment you win. Not because you hurt her back, but because you've freed yourself from needing any reaction from her at all. Jordan Peterson teaches, compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. 3 months ago, you were broken. Today, you're whole, strong, building a life that has nothing to do with her. That's growth, that's transformation, that's victory. But here's the final lesson. You don't do this to get her back. You don't become better to make her regret leaving. You don't transform yourself to prove something to her. You do it because you owe it to yourself, because you deserve to be the best version of yourself, because there are people in your future who need you to be strong. She was never the destination. She was just the catalyst, the thing that pushed you to finally do what you should have been doing all along. Growing, evolving, becoming. This pain you're feeling right now, it's building your immunity. It's teaching you resilience. It's showing you that you can survive anything. And when you truly understand that, nothing can ever break you again. So here's what you do tonight. Before you go to bed, you write down 3 things. 1. What she taught you about yourself. 2. What you're going to do differently next time. 3. Who you're committed to becoming. And then tomorrow, you wake up and you take one action toward that person. Just one. Maybe it's a workout. Maybe it's deleting her number. Maybe it's finally starting that project you've been putting off. One action, then another, until the actions become habits. Until the habits become character. Until your character becomes your destiny. Marcus Aurelius left us with his final wisdom. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Stop thinking about becoming better. Start being better. You have everything you need right now. The knowledge, the strength, the power. All you need is the decision to use it. So make the decision right now. Say it out loud. I choose myself. Comment it below. I choose myself. Let your future self know that this was the moment everything changed. Because it is. This is the moment. Not tomorrow, right now. Welcome to the rest of your life. It's going to be better than you ever imagined. Not because she came back, but because you did. Now go build something she regret missing.